What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dristo4 here, aka The Real, coming at you guys with a nice little video before the September the 1st ban list starts. I've been hearing about a lot of people trying to run Twilight in the new upcoming format, and so everybody's been practicing with that, getting all their JDs and everything ready for that new deck, because they got 3 JDs back, and you get 2 Necro Gardeners and everything, and we also got Blackluster Soldier on board at the beginning, so everybody's, pretty amped about that. So I feel like I should talk to you guys about that a little bit today. First off, let's get into Light Swarms. Light Swarms, simply, they're autopilot, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody that does play Light Swarms, but they are. Light Swarms do what they told. They pretty much sit on the field, they mill out their deck, they drop JD, they go for game. That's pretty much anybody that doesn't know how to play Light Swarms, there you go right there in a nutshell. Of course, it's a little more complex with that depending on the player and their text. But that's pretty much all it is. You want to mill the graveyard without killing yourself, drop JD if needed or if possible, go for game. The deck in itself is very fun. All the cards are pretty. The art on all the cards is pretty. I think Eren has the best art, and I think Lala is second. But anyway, the art on the cards is beautiful. But the deck in itself has quite a few bugs to work out. It's not consistent at all. Wolf is a great card. Wolf is a 2100 attack beater, but if you draw Wolf, and you pretty much are screwed because you have to wait for a Lumina or for a Solar Recharge to get rid of that card out of your hand. But some other cards allow you to discard, which kind of isn't what you want. But Wolf is one of the best beaters, level 4 lower beaters that it has. So that being said, the deck is not overly aggressive. Decks these days are overly aggressive and super fast. 6 Samurais. Kizan comes out at 18, but if he has brothers, he is 21. Makes him very good. He can also drop from the hand just willingly. Just up, I own another 6 Samurai, drop Kizan, drop Kizan, drop Kizan. Just like Black Wings with Bora and Gale and whatever else is in Sirocco. So Light Swarms have a problem because they are not huge on offense. They are offensive monsters. They don't really defend, but they're not huge on offensive. So if they're playing against an overly aggressive deck, they most likely won't make it out unless they're good with a well-timed JD. Of course, everybody feels like JD is the boss card. I personally believe Celestia is the boss card. JD is one of those cards that, hey, I got 40 in the graveyard, why not drop this 3000 attack beater that can blow up everything around me? Celestia is one of those in the game, oh man, I don't have enough, but I got this little Light Swarm still stuck on the field that they didn't kill last turn, or I'm going to Collar Hunter this, or my Wolf just dropped from the deck to the field. Celeste, pop 2 cards, that can pretty much spell game for you. 2300 is a lot to be taken, especially if you're playing against people that like to run the Solemn Brigade, and there are many decks that don't run the Solemn Brigade. Another problem with the deck has no defense. Like I said, it is pretty much a cutthroat deck. It goes for what it goes. I mean, it mills, it drops JD and goes for game. But if you're on the defensive end and you're playing Light Swarms, you're pretty much screwed. Other than Raiko, they don't really have anything that can really, push off anything. Jane, she's pretty good. She's 18. She becomes 21 doing damage calculation, but that's offensive and defense. But it's only pretty much offensive, defensive. The deck sucks, and you can't really run a lot of defense in the deck because the whole point of the deck is to mill and get things in the graveyard. And that pretty much brings us up to Twilight. Like I said, you have 2 Necro Gardener, and so with 2 Necro Gardener, that should add a little more protection to it, which is really good. The only problem is people who are running the Twilight version are also trying to run Blackluster Soldier and or Chaos Sorcerer. Depending on how they run it, which is not bad. I love the fact that Blackluster Soldier came back. It's just the fact that everybody's trying to find a way to fit this into every deck, and of course Twilight is no exception. I'm pretty sure everybody knew that this card was going to go into Twilight. It was just brought back strictly for Twilight, let's be honest. Only problem is Necro Garden is pretty much a -1 in the graveyard when it comes to Chaos Sorcerer and Blackluster Soldier, because well, you remove Necro Garden for protection, and once it's removed, unless you're going to play Burial or find some other way to get back to the graveyard, then it's pretty much not there, so you can't use it for Blackluster Soldier. And if you do use it for Blackluster Soldier, and in fact happen to need it, you're still at a minus. And of course, if you were to burrow a Necro Garden, you wouldn't want to have to remove it for Blackluster Soldier. You'd actually want to use it to protect yourself again, because as I said, the deck doesn't have a lot of protection. Of course, you do a lot of milling, so I'm pretty sure you're going to get your Necro Gardens in there. But even that being the case, also they gave you guys back 3 Judgment Dragon. And let's be honest, JD is an awesome card. I love the card myself. I'm a Dragon fan anyway, in general, not in Yu-Gi-Oh, just in general. But anyway, JD had 3, which is awesome, but everybody's trying to run 3 as well with the Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Sorcerer combo and all that, which is good and bad, but you know, it's all on you. I just think it's bad to run 3 JD. Even though they gave you back 3 JD, I think it's bad to run 3 JD, because let's be honest, it's like playing quick draw and drawing 2 pot of averages first turn. Your hand is now to -2 first turn, and let's be honest, Lightsworn is not the type of deck that can be hit really hard and then just come back from that unless they top deck a JD or something like that. So there's really nothing else that Lightsworns can top deck that will give them game or even close or to change the turn the tables besides a JD. So like I say, you pull 2 JD first turn. That means from now on, the next few turns that you have, if you last that long, are spent trying to fill the graveyard to give fodder for JD. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been double JD before. Does not feel good. I've actually been double JD before and survived. It was like hell. I don't know how I did it, but shit, I did. But double JD is not pretty at all. At least not if you're the opponent. But like I said, running JD and pulling them, it's like pulling triple Tengu in your hand. You're like, fuck, now your hand is screwed. So you pretty much playing as goes, and of course, with like I said, with Lightsworns, you're pretty much trying to get everything in the graveyard. I've been playtesting the deck, or at least a build of the deck on Dueling Network. The deck is fun. It's always been fun. I used to run Twilight back after they put charge at 1, so I know how it works. And I mean, I'm not a novice with it, but I still don't think the deck will be that great as far as this new format. The deck has never been bad. Lightsworns have never been bad. Twilight has definitely never been bad. But the deck will never be tier 1 no matter what it's given. It still has a lot of inconsistencies. It still has no protection. And like I say, against anybody that's superly aggressive, the deck is screwed. Just like with the Tengu plants or Torii plants, that deck is hugely aggressive. And as long as synchros are still a huge factor in the game, and now XYZs, I feel like Twilight is going to get pushed pushed to the side. It's going to take a really good player with some really cool techs to actually keep the deck playing this format. I'm not saying you can't win with it. I just don't see that deck topping that well, at least in any YCSs. I'm not saying it can't be done. Obviously, it has been done, but with the way this format is pretty much going to be played, it gives room for so many other different deck ideas and so many other tech cards and so many other deck choices in general besides Twilight. I actually think I'm going to run Twilight for a while just for fun because I do that, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be my main deck, but I just don't think Twilight is consistent enough for anybody to actually want to run continuously throughout the format. You can try it, maybe you can prove me wrong, but let's think about it. Like I said, if you pull 2 JD, let's say you pull 3 JD first turn, that's 3 out of 6 cards. The other 3 cards better be the best damn thing ever. And even with that being the case, you can't totally recharge a JD, so it's still stuck in hand. And of course, there's Beckoning Light and everything of that nature, and Monster Incarnation and things to get rid of that. But you don't have to go through so much work to actually get things done. That's the whole point of playing these kind of decks, especially with this format. The decks pretty much play themselves. Damn near any deck that wins pretty much plays itself these days. All in all, like I said, I'm not saying that Lightsworns or Twilight is a bad deck. I think Twilight is an awesome deck. It's pretty much all about the choices that you make with it. I'm actually thinking to try to run a build of Twilight with no JDs, just running the regular Lightsworn monsters and the Chaos Sorcerer and Envoy, or Envoy. I'm not sure if I'm running both yet. But I would like for you guys to leave some feedback, give me some comments as to what you guys think about the deck, or what you guys think would be a good card for the deck, because the deck needs protection and needs consistency. And of course, people play Pot of Duality for consistency, but at the same time, that card is it's a catch-22 too, because you mill everything with Lightsworns. So just leave any ideas or any comments you guys have about the video. Just put it down below. We'll go through, we'll read over them. And as always, it's your boy Dristo4. Anything you guys want to see, let me know. Yu-Gi-Oh is not just a game; it's a movement. Peace.